Out here at I.A.G Farms, making our pigs a little wallow. It's pretty hot outside, so I figure I'd give them a little water to make a wallow so they can cool down. You know, pigs don't sweat, so they need like a wallow or need a puddle of water or whatever to splash around in so they can cool down, because they don't release sweat like humans do. They don't have sweat pores or whatever, sweat glands or whatever you call it. But I got my 275-gallon water tank down here on the back of the truck, and I'm just filtering some water through a hose pipe down into a little part of the pig pasture so they can make a little wallow. And I'm also getting them a water set up on this part of the pasture. I ain't got it all the way set up yet. I'll walk y'all in there, let y'all see it. What's up, piggy? But yeah, I'm working on setting up this water. I got it hooked to this pallet, and what I did was I put a little nipple on there, and what happens is they bite down on the nipple, and then the water comes out or whatever, and they just drink it from there. But I got some caulk around there because it was kind of leaking, and I'm letting that caulk dry up before I tip it over or whatever, so the water won't get on the caulk until it dry up. But yeah, I'm gonna get that set up for them today. Like I said, I'm doing them a little wallow right here so they can have a place to cool down it. Because what I found out is that because I got this pasture here connected to the other pasture. Let me walk you over here so you can see. Because I got this new pasture connected by electric wire, and I got like a run, and it goes into the old pasture so they'll be able to get to their little shelter back there just in case they want to get out of the rain or whatever. But I found out that they end up just staying back in this section right here and not coming down through here and going into their new pasture. And they got about like 1.5 acres or 1 acre or something back here that we got fenced off with this 2-strand electric fencing or whatever. And they just stay back there in the little paddock or whatever around they shelter. But I'm trying to give them a water over here and give them a little wallow, and I'm trying to start feeding them over in this section so that they'll, you know, start coming over here or whatever and start clearing out some of this brush. There's so much stuff to eat. There's pecan trees over here, there's oak trees, there's all type of good stuff over here for them to eat. And there haven't been no animals over here for years and years and years, so it's just endless pecans and acorns and all those type things or whatever, and also a little grass and underbrush that they can eat or whatever. But they want to stay over there in their little paddock because that's what they're used to, and it's around their shelter. But I'm trying to get them fixed up, trying to get it so they can like being over here in this section. And but yeah, trying to get it so they like being over here in this section. But I'm just piddling around out here a little bit, like I say, checking on the pigs, getting them trained up, getting that water ready and all those type things. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here at the farm. It's I.A.G Farms, all about God. Vision that the Lord gave us to freely give as we freely receive, to raise these animals, to be able to feed those in need, to disciple those and train those who need discipling, and just to learn and grow ourselves. You know, it's not all about just what we can teach somebody else. It's first, what can the Lord teach us? What can He teach us about this new lifestyle? Because we came to the point to where we, like ourselves, me and my family, me and my wife and my kids, we came to the point to where we say we want to be self-sufficient. You know, self-sufficient in a year or two. We don't want to have to go to the grocery store for anything, like except for like salt and sugar and things like that or whatever. And we're looking to eliminate those things as well, because we're trying to be 100% meat self-sufficient. And then we also want to be 100% vegetable sufficient. And we want to start planting fruit trees and things like that, so we can just have everything we need, and we can eliminate things like sugar, you know, things that's unhealthy for you. They, you know, a wise lady, Miss Sandy House from Sandy House Farm, she said that, you know, pasture-raised pork is not bad for you as long as you eat it in moderation or whatever. It's a whole lot better than the pigs that they raising in China and shipping over here or whatever. But she was saying the sugar is what's bad for you. She was telling me that cancer or cancer cells love sugar, and so she was just pretty much encouraging us to stay away from sugar. And there's different ways that we can sweeten things without sugar that's more natural. You can use honey, you can use different things like that or whatever, and just use more seasoning, you like less salt and less sugar, and more herbs and spices and honey and things like that. But we trying to adopt this new healthy lifestyle and trying to grow our own food and stay away from these processed foods, and trying to be more self-sufficient and not be so dependent on the grocery store. You know, because if they close down the grocery store, it's like, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? If we totally dependent on the grocery stores, we already totally dependent on these companies and these corporations or whatever. But it's like, if they close down the grocery stores, it's like it's just gonna be mayhem and people not gonna know what to do. But we're trying to put ourselves in a position to where we don't have to panic just because they close down grocery stores or do different things or whatever. We want to be dependent on nobody but the Lord and self-sufficient. So yeah, this is what Jesus is doing out here, man. It's an amazing thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything that He gonna do. And I'm looking forward to growing and learning more about these pigs and breeding these pigs and having pig babies and learning how to process pigs ourselves and do all those type things or whatever. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll be moving in some more livestock to the farm. We're thinking about getting goats. My wife, she big on the milk goats, because we use so much milk. We use about a gallon of milk probably every 2 days or whatever, just around the house. And you know, my wife, she big on trying to get a goat so she can milk them or whatever and have milk around the house. And I'm more of, I want meat goats that can produce meat, you know what I mean? So I think that we're gonna invest into a Nubian breed of goats, because they're a dual purpose breed and they give you about a gallon of milk a day if you milk them. And the times when we're not down here at the farm at I.A.G Farms to milk them,